Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome in. I'm here to do a reading for the full supermoon in Taurus, reaching fullness on November the 5th. Interestingly enough, today's message comes through with a guided movie message. So, of course, I will do a little bit of an AstroTarology intro, and then I will do a collective reading. If you want to jump ahead to the collective reading, go right ahead. I'll put a link in the description box below. This full moon in Taurus, of course, is opposing the sun in Scorpio. Always opposition to the sun is the full moon. But right now we also have Pluto, and this is very important. Pluto in Aquarius. Now Aquarius is not in opposition, it's in square to both Scorpio and Taurus. And Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. Pluto is all about our psyche. It's about the unknown. It's about the hidden. I've been going on and on, so I won't go too far into that. But when we have this full moon in Taurus, Taurus represents our comfort. It represents a lot of things, but in this case, it does represent what makes us feel comfortable and safe. It's fixed earth energy, so that tells you a lot about Taurus. It's about investing and growing and keeping your roots solid. But it's also Venus, so it is about harmony and beauty and not necessarily wanting to get down to the nitty-gritty or the bottom the way that Scorpio does. Taurus is opposite sign. But Scorpio, of course, is saying, I don't feel safe, or I don't feel comfortable, or I don't feel like everything is beautiful if I can't see everything, including what's hidden. And then we have Pluto in Aquarius, which wants forward movement and freedom. And it is also, again, squaring both of those, presenting quite a challenge. The movie message that came through is a movie I actually saw a very long time ago. And for some reason, when I was meditating on the energy of the full moon in Taurus, I got a vision from the film right away. The movie is a Swedish movie, actually, and it's called Force Majeure. Force majeure is like a legal clause that allows both parties to be released from a contract in the case of an unforeseen natural disaster or like an unforeseen disaster. The movie demonstrates that with a married couple who they're like very well to do. They have 2 little boys. They go to the Swiss Alps for a or in the French Alps rather, whatever, for a vacation. On the first day there, they're having breakfast out on the swank patio, like overlooking this huge, beautiful mountain. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's like a snow avalanche headed straight for the patio where everybody's having breakfast. And of course, most people just panicked and they ran from their tables and they grabbed their families. Well, the family in focus, the husband, he panicked, but he grabbed his cell phone and his keys and he ran, leaving his family at the table. And the wife, of course, was noticing this. She grabbed the kids and ran. And the whole movie is about the fault line that moment represented. She does initially, of course, he apologizes. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't thinking. And she's like, yeah. But that moment when she saw what he was capable of, where his true priorities were, when it all came down to it, way down deep, right? Scorpio energy, it presented that questioning of, is this really safe? And what have I been building my foundation on? And it kind of unravels through the whole movie. And it's like an exploration of, her looking back over their whole marriage. I won't give away the ending in case anyone wants to see it. It's called Force Majeure. I highly, highly recommend it. But it definitely, okay, my brain just went, don't forget this, and it does that sometimes, okay. But it definitely did demonstrate what I'm talking about, right? Because it's not comfortable. Like in truth, that behavior in him, or what she saw there, I'm not standing in judgment, but what she saw there kind of represented a lot of what she had seen all along, but didn't want to question or didn't really want to put on the line because of the whole Venus energy, for one thing. They were a well-respected couple. they were an affluent couple. So any kind of fault line can't really be shown. But also it represents a real fault line in their own safety with each other. Because who are you really? And that Scorpio energy, the full moon in Taurus, is about, it's a full supermoon, so it could expose a light on those kinds of things in your life. Not necessarily in the theme of relationship. I mean, the movie, like I said, used a marriage to demonstrate it. Could be about a lot of things. It could be about where you place your values, all family, where we come from, your belief systems. Taurus is the Hierophant in the Major Arcana, which represents all of those things. And then also I wanted to mention, when the full moon in Taurus happens, we have Uranus, that very unexpected planet of change, hovering on the 0 degree of Gemini, almost about to hit the crisis point of Taurus. It's about to do that. It will, right after the full moon. For me as a reader, the Uranus is the tower in the Major Arcana. What can't stand shouldn't. Anything built on illusion, boom. And it can seem to come out of nowhere. I will mention one thing in the movie is that, of course, that turns out to have been a planned avalanche, which they do in places like the Alps, I guess, but they had neglected to tell the guests about it, or there was a miscommunication, so nobody knew. So there was even no danger, but it happened to present that kind of crisis point in the marriage, and so became the tower. Now, after the tower in the Major Arcana comes the star, incidentally, Aquarius energy. And that is pure. That's pure truth. I call it the distilled wish, when the illusion falls away. And often it brings healing with it, and the movie does explore that as well. I highly recommend it. But anyway, that full moon definitely is about those themes. It can be like comfort zones, things that made us feel safe, belief systems, our own commitments, how we feel. All of that can come under question. And it might be because of some kind of tower, which can also be a sudden realization. Sorry for the edit, you guys. I had to get a drink. I forgot. I was majorly thirsty. Okay, let's get into it. It's still a general reading, so it's for anybody, any sign. You won't resonate with everything that I say. You're not meant to, because it is a general reading. If you want a personal reading, there will be a link in the description box below. Full moon in Taurus. Could have something to do with your community or your friendship groups or where you live. You might be moving. Uranus and Taurus, that can be, again, about upsetting the apple cart, right? And it could be about learning something about your community too. Let's see. We have the Magician and the Mirror. That's been coming out a lot. Let's do one more. And then we have Contract. And what did I say? Of course, Majeure is, it can free you from a binding contract on both sides. This could have something to do with moving, definitely. Maybe it's about a work contract or a living arrangement. When we're dealing with Taurus, it has to do with safety. On the bottom here, I see the third eye all lit up. Magician in the Mirror. Okay. Let's get a little bit of astrology, actually, before we get into the reading. Could be somebody around you who wants to. Okay, let's just see before I take it too far. But we do have the number 6, the number 7 with community. Magician in the Mirror is number 53. That's number 8. Interesting. The progressions or the journey, how things move. I just did the progressions of the numbers here. Okay. That's pretty interesting. I see the big hands of time there. But also with journey too, that again, moving. We have Virgo energy. Magician. Virgo is the Magician in the Major Arcana. You could be dealing with a Virgo. Look who comes out, Taurus. Taurus and Virgo, very earthy, very cultivating and nurturing energies. It can be about building something together. It can be about creating a community together of some kind. With the Magician in the Mirror and Virgo energy, I'm getting strong healer vibes. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. We have the 5th house. This is Leo's house. It's passion and creativity. Look at the easel there. Oh, maybe you can't see because of the glare. Okay. Cultivating some kind of passion. On the bottom, we have Mars. Right now, Mars is in Scorpio, and this is a very Venus and Mars. Okay. So maybe because the Magician and the Mirror, you're the same, but the opposite. And that's why you can create the balance. But this is a very masculine depiction of Mars. Look at the hand clutching the hilt of that sword, which is decidedly phallic shaped. About taking control and taking action. Okay. I'm taking the top card for some reason. We have debilitated or discomfort in that Taurus energy. It could require that you move. It could require some kind of upheaval for you. There might be something about this person or situation that makes you a little uncomfortable. Let me get this out of the way. No, I want to use the good tarot. All right. Let's see. What is on your mind? Let's take a look at that. What are you thinking about? Oh, interesting. We have the Ace. Okay. What do we got here? We have the Ace of Wands, fire energy, Aries energy. This is passion, inspiration. And we saw that creative energy. You could have an idea or an inspiration. Venus and Mars, something you're excited about. Definitely. King of Wands. I love the King of Wands. He's very much somebody who, when he knows what he wants, he gets what he wants. When his heart is into something, there's no stopping him. Look at his crown chakra, all aglow, all excited by whatever this is. I call it the Roman candle to the bloodstream. It gets you moving. Okay. It's new, and you're very passionate about it. So how do you feel? More fire energy. Okay. More fire energy. You're definitely very passionate about it. The 6 of Wands is also what I said. You plan to be victorious. When you know what you want, you get what you want. 6 of Wands, King of Wands too. It can be about you like heading up a business or a community. King of Wands is often a leader. That came out with Aquarius energy of the star. The star is all about, well, in this case, it can be actually about becoming a star. Some kind of idea here. We have Venus and Mars, something to do with a community. Remember what I said about the star coming after a tower? This is the distilled wish, the hope, the healing. The 4 of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy of cultivating this wish. Okay. Let me see what actions you want to take. You're definitely holding on to that wish. But also the 4 of Earth is about building something, and we have community. It's about stability. Okay. Well, all right. We have the 2 of Cups, Venus and Cancer energy, soulmate energy. We saw Venus and Mars out, right? The 2 of Cups is incredibly symbiotic. It's like, I always say it's my heart to heart means eye to eye. You just get each other. And that's why you can work together, this contract. Look who came out. The King of Fire. When you know what you want, you go for what you want. 2 of Cups. It's a partnership. Very strong Leo energy. We have strength here. That's about courage. And the Page of Swords. Okay. An idea. You're curious about something. Let me see the energy surrounding you. This could be another person. It could be a situation. Well, we have strength, Leo energy. And then I see the 5 of Wands. We already saw the 6 of Wands, right? Well, the 5 of Wands can be, we have passion right here. This can be about you trying to hold back your passion in some kind of way. But also this can be an energy about competition. Ooh, there's a lot of heat coming off this reading. What's the challenge here? Very strong Leo and Aquarius coming through. Then we have the Magician and the Mirror. Well, they're opposition. So they are mirrors. The Lovers. No wonder. Gemini's major arcana. The Lovers isn't, oh, remember I said we have Uranus at 0 degrees of Gemini right now? A choice hovering. The Lovers is very passionate and it does require that we make some kind of choice. Sometimes it has to do with two parts of ourselves. And then we have the Magician in the Mirror, and I'm kind of getting that a little bit here. Ace of Wands and the Lovers, maybe it's a challenge because you can't hold back much longer. Because you are very passionate about whatever this is. Let me see a potential outcome. We have 1, 2, 3 major arcana. Make that 4. Well, that Magician shows up. So you decide to manifest. I said the King of Wands gets what he wants. And you're playing around here with the Ace of Wands so you can. The Magician is incredibly powerful energy. And it's this wish. Okay. Let's clarify. The Magician works with the aces to create reality. And this is the current ace that you're working with. Let me see the Ace of Fire. That's what's on your mind. This idea. Wow. Oh my gosh. We have the High Priestess, Pisces major arcana. The High Priestess with the Magician. Magician in the Mirror. These two are incredibly similar. They speak in the psychic realm. But also this is about silence. And it can be about keeping things to yourself until the timing is right. Scorpio's on the bottom with Death and Rebirth. Let's get one more with the High Priestess. Very intuitive. Could be something that came through to you, this idea. Yeah, very intuitive. We have the 7 of Cups. This is your dream. Neptune energy. And it's coming through here like the High Priestess can speak the language of Neptune. It is done through the intuition and through that knowing. Inspiration here. The 7 of Cups and the 9 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. The 9 of Swords is air energy. It could, like I said, it could be coming through to you in your dreams, in your sleep. But something like that. Look, the Tower is hovering on the bottom of the deck. Force Majeure. You could be wondering too, maybe something kind of came to an end with that Tower energy. Let me see. The Star and the 4 of Earth. And the 9 of Swords with that Ace of Wands. We get the 4 of Earth again, and then Death and Rebirth. Scorpio energy. I'm getting like reinvention. I totally like you're reinventing yourself. Now, if this is about somebody around you, and it totally could be, you double 4 of Pentacles, you definitely could be holding on to each other and to this idea. Maybe, all right, let me see the King of Fire with the 2 of Cups. The Tower is there again. The King of Cups. Okay, the King of Cups is I said 2 sides of yourself. The King of Cups is the other side of this 2 of Cups. Okay, one more. That King of Cups. That's Neptune energy. Another ace. The Ace of Cups. We have 2 aces here. Yeah, You want to make a move towards this partnership. This is creative. And we have that King of Cups here where I said, this is what you've been kind of dreaming about or sensing. Okay. Let me see strength in your surrounding energy. The Seven of Pentacles in the world. Then we saw the Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. We keep seeing the Tower. The Seven of Pentacles is about a lot of time and energy and investment already being laid into a situation. Look at the roots here going down deep and all the pentacles at the bottom. Then the world. I said did I say there could be travel? For some of you, there could be. We have community. Could be about setting up a community. You've been making plans towards doing this, investing a lot of your energy, a lot of your time. And it looks like you need a partner, though. Let me see the Lovers. The Three of Wands. You've already made a choice. You do know who it is that you want or what it is that you see. Look at this lady here. She's on the edge of the cliff, looking out, waiting for the perfect wave to come in, but she knows that it is. You've got your eye on the Three of Wands. Judgment. Another card about resurrection. Sagittarius and Scorpio energy. Wow. Can I see the Magician? The Major Arcana coming out. The Magician. Okay, interesting. Oh, wow. Wow. All right, with the Magician, we had that Six of Wands. And then the Queen of Wands, King and Queen of Wands, right? And I said the partner. We had Venus and Mars showing up. And the Lovers, which is also in the challenge here. I see the Chariot on the bottom, Cancer's Major Arcana. And again, there could be travel involved in this situation. Let's have one more with the Lovers and the Magician. This is making the choice on who you want to manifest this with and moving towards them. Two of Pentacles. Okay, one more. Magician. Sun and the Star. The Two of Pentacles is like the perfect balance, right? Perfect balance of energies. And we have Leo and Aquarius right here. Amazing. Contract. What's underneath of the Sun? Chariot. I'm getting strong travel vibe, and then I see the Five of Wands. Victory and success here. Beating out the competition. The Star in the heart and the Star in the outcome. One more there, and then I will move to the oracles. It's the Ace of Wands. What you want, right there. That wish that you've been keeping secret. And it definitely has, now this could be somebody in your community, but I think it has to do with building something and getting that very strongly. The Five of Wands, the Three of Cups, which is a card about community. Let me go one deeper. The Two of Wands, okay. We have the Three of Wands in the challenge, and there's the Two of Wands. See how she's sitting in her living room, needing to make a decision. Two of Wands, the Lovers. The Ace of Wands is the decision, though. This is very passionate. Okay, let me get one. I want to ask specifically, what is it that you want to build? What is this wish you're so passionate about? that you need the perfect partner for. They're going to tell me the Two of Wands. You already see it though. You already know what you want to do. This is setting foot down a new path. This is community. What do you want to build? The Three of Wands. Look at this, you guys. Two of Wands, Three of Wands. We have the progressions there. And the Ten of Wands, the Three of Cups again. The Ten of Wands is the end of a path. For a new one to begin, Ace of Wands. And that's what you want to do. Make the choice. Maybe you've been sitting at a crossroads on this for quite some time. Interesting. Okay. No, not talisman yet. Let's go to, what am I feeling here? A moon card? Okay. Already did the blue deck. We are dealing with a full moon in Taurus. We have full moon in Gemini. Embrace the flow of life, the progressions. Okay. First quarter moon in Pisces. Honor your feelings. We have that Neptunian energy of the High Priestess right there with the Ace of Wands. Okay, one more. And then last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. You're setting something up, something you're very passionate about. Let's do a wisdom. For whoever needs this message. I hope this is resonating, my friends. I really hope it helps you. Yeah, new life. What you're up to. You already know with who and you already know where. And you're very, very passionate about it. Let's do one more. You've been dreaming about this community, keeping it to yourself. Loyal heart. Beautiful. That's the Three of Cups. That's the Two of Cups. We've seen that. Okay. Let's get you a couple of talisman. Consider these to be like power words you can take away from the reading with you, if they resonate, of course. We have knowledge. And this is what you're built. Very, very psychic energy. And the Magician in the mirror, I mean, it could be some kind of healing center or something like that where your knowledge is very important. We have equilibrium. Venus and Mars. Safe travel. Interesting. Okay. Maybe you are keeping things quiet to keep some kind of equilibrium. And then we have blessed day and rebirth. Very strong. We have death and rebirth to the star, which is the blessing. I like this. Okay. What else do we need? You want to do romance angel? Sure. For those of you where this is romance, and it could be. There's a lot of passion. Something got you all stirred up here. And inspired as well. For yourself, it's time to take back control of your life. And then soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Interesting. Whoa. Maybe that's what you were up to, freeing yourself. One more. And then we have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Passion. Okay. All right, my friends, let's close this off for you with a couple of cards from the Lover's Oracle. These can come out as advice, so definitely take them only as they resonate. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Ooh, the Lovers, the Queen of Wands, the Five of Wands. But we have strength, like you are holding back. Force majeure. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. King of Cups. Last one. Only time will tell. No, I want one more. And that's true. The progression's over here. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. And the star card is everywhere. So it's like this is something that you always dreamed about. Whoever this is that you have your eye on and you want to go in there. Definitely. But it's saying not to rush because, yeah, sexual union. There's a lot of passionate energy here. But there's the soulmate energy too. So be careful that you don't it says wait, right? Allow nature to take its course. Okay, that's what I had for you guys. I hope it made some sense. I feel like it didn't make any sense at all. I love you very much. Namaste, my friends.